My name is Misuzu Tachikawa. Something terrible has happened to me, so I'd be really happy if you would listen to my story. From today onwards, this is your new little sister. I want you to get along and take good care of her because you're the big sister. Yeah, I will. My name's Misuzu. When I was in elementary school, my mom got remarried to a man who had his own daughter, and through their marriage, she became my little sister. Her name was Chizuru. She was really cute, much cuter than I was, and delicate, like a porcelain doll. However, she never grew attached to me, and no matter how much I wanted to get along with her, she wasn't interested in getting along with me. Hey, Chizuru, let's play this game. No! Really? But this is really fun. No, I don't wanna! It really is fun, I promise. Ah, Mommy! Misuzu's bullying me! Ah! What? Misuzu, stop that! You shouldn't be mean to your little sister. Look at her, she's crying. I thought I told you to take care of her. But I didn't do anything. I just wanted to play this game with her and she started crying. You shouldn't force her to do anything she doesn't want to do. You've got to be more considerate of the other person's feelings. Do you understand me? I just wanted to get along with her like you told me to. But the very next day... Your game looks like a lot of fun. I want to play too. Let me play with you. But this is the game I said we should play yesterday. You said you didn't want to. That was yesterday. I want to play it today. Let me play it with you. What? I want this game. Give it to me. I'm gonna play it. But this is mine. I'm still playing it. So? You have loads of other games. You can give this one to me. Yeah, but you've got games of your own. Mom and Dad bought you a new game just the other day. What about those? They're not fun anymore. I want the game you're playing. Give it to me. Hey, wait. I'm still in the middle of playing it. You can't touch it. Give it back. Misuzu's bullying me again! Mommy! What? Misuzu, I thought I told you to stop being mean to your little sister. Why can't you understand that she's younger than you and you've got to be nice to her? I wasn't being mean. Chizuru tried to take my game. It's Chizuru's fault. I didn't do anything wrong. You're the big sister. You've got to share. You can't be so selfish, Misuzu. It's just a game, so don't get so angry over something so small. Why can't you be nice and play it together? Mimi! As you can see, Chizuru was selfish, fickle, and cried crocodile tears whenever things weren't going her way. She would demand that I give her my stuff, and would sometimes even take stuff from my room without my permission. Every day was chaos, especially when I couldn't find something I needed. At first, I tried my best to bear with it, and try to be friendly, but Chizuru made it clear that she didn't want to get along. Even Mom and Dad would always side with Chizuru and would tell me it was my fault without hearing my side of the story. So I eventually gave up. I didn't talk to Chizuru unless I really had to. By putting some distance between myself and Chizuru, we fought less frequently, and my parents didn't have anything to blame me for. Though it was only a superficial peace, it became easier to live in the same house as them. Chizuru did attempt to antagonize me a few times, but I learned that she would give up if I just ignored her. Luckily for me, Chizuru wasn't that smart, so I could easily win any argument she tried to pick with me. Finally, when I became an adult, I left my childhood home to live on my own, and no longer had to see Chizuru or my parents. After some time had passed, That's wonderful news! I can't believe you're going to get married to the son of a CEO. That means that he's a future CEO, doesn't it?
It really is. Misuzu's always been a brilliant achiever. I wasn't surprised when you got the job at a major company like that, but I didn't expect to have you end up marrying a man that will be the next CEO.
It's not that big a deal, I promise. Yikes, Chizuru's giving me a death glare.
We should celebrate tonight. I really can't wait until you bring him to meet us.
The future CEO? How come Misu gets to marry a guy like that? It sounds suspicious. There's no way he proposed to her.
Misuzu's got into that company because she was good at studying, got good grades, and advanced into a good university. There's no reason why a successful man like that wouldn't want to marry a smart girl like Misuzu.
Oh, really?
You're up next, Chizuru. You're a cute girl, so I'm sure you'll find the perfect partner.
Of course I will. I'm prettier than Misuzu, so I found someone better than your future CEO. He's gonna be smarter, richer, and more handsome than her husband.
If you say so, then I'm going to look forward to meeting your dream husband, sweetie.
Yeah, you better. He'll be better than Misuzu's husband in every single way.
Misuzu is really pretty, so I'm sure she'll have a long line of guys waiting to get married to her. But I've been putting distance between myself and Chizuru, but whenever she started dating someone, she would send me unwanted messages, bragging about her conquest. But they never seemed to last longer than a few months before she would send news of a brand new boyfriend. It was clear that she couldn't stay with one guy for very long without getting bored of them. So, it made me wonder if she would ever settle down and get married. But it was none of my business, and if she ever did get married, she would come and brag about it, so there was no need for me to worry. Before I knew it, it was my wedding day, and I got married to my boyfriend of a couple months, Naoya. When I first introduced Naoya to my parents and Chizuru, and whenever we met them after that, Chizuru would be all over Naoya. I didn't know what she was thinking. Then once before a wedding day,
Naoya looks so sweet and kind. I think he might be my type. He's a perfect guy. I want to get married to Naoya.
Chizuru announced something unbelievable, and I almost pitied her. But Chizuru really is cute, so even after the wedding, I couldn't help but be suspicious, and became anxious that Naoya might actually fall for her and cheat on me.
Hey, Chizuru won't leave me alone. She's creeping me out.
But it looked like Naoya wasn't a fan of how clingy Chizuru was, so I was assured that he wouldn't fall for her charm that easily. However, just 1 year after Naoya and I got married, Chizuru started turning up at her house without any warning, and I would find her in my living room more often when I got home. I'm home. Chizuru, again? Don't you have anything better to do?
Welcome back, Misuzu. You're so late. I've been waiting for you to come back from work for hours. Right, Naoya?
What are you doing here, Chizuru?
What, can't I come and visit my big sister every now and then?
Well, sure, you can. But I wish you messaged me first before you turn up. I need a little warning.
I massaged Naoya to let him know I was coming.
Sorry, Misuzu. I forgot to let you know.
All right, Chizuru, what about work? You've been coming here every day. I hope you're not slacking off at work just so you can bother me and Naoya.
Work's fine. Unlike you, I'm good at my job, so I can finish up my work without having to stay behind and work overtime. I can do everything within my shift hours.
Good for you. I'm tired, so do you mind going home now? I want to have dinner and relax because I've got an early start tomorrow.
You want me to leave? Aren't you being a little cold?
I told you, I'm tired from working all day. I don't have the time to be dealing with you, so do you mind leaving? Besides, you must have something better to do rather than laze around on my couch every evening, don't you? You're just wasting your time waiting around for me.
Why do you have to be like that? Fine, I'm leaving.
I don't understand why you're getting angry with me, Chizuru. I'm just making my boundaries clear. And Naoya, I wish you would have let me know she's here. She shouldn't be coming here every single day like this. Tell her she should go home or something.
I know, I'm sorry, but she always says that she'll leave in a few minutes, and she is your little sister. It's a little difficult to tell her to leave.
You're too nice, Naoya. I want you to tell her she can't come in next time she turns up.
Yeah.
Despite Naoya's agreement, I could already anticipate that Chizuru would be back. Chizuru had been flirting with Naoya ever since she first met him, and every time I'd caught her snuggling up to him, I had told her off for getting too close. But she would make the excuse that they were newly brother and sister-in-law, and that I would get wrinkles if I kept on getting upset about the little things. She was infuriating to speak to, and it felt like I'd returned to living with her and my parents whenever I found her waiting for me at home. It was irritating enough that Naoya would look all troubled and bothered, but wouldn't step up and tell her to keep away. The thought of them spending time together when I wasn't home made me uncomfortable. A few days later, you're here again?
What's the problem? It's not like you lose anything by me being here. Are you actually have a day off today? You're usually really busy at work.
Yeah, it's important to take a break when I can.
Where's Naoya? Isn't he here today?
He's gone out for the day. You didn't message me to tell him you were coming, so I thought you already messaged Naoya.
I forgot to message him too.
You forgot? And what are you always doing when you come to visit? Don't you have to go to work? It's the middle of the day.
I've already resigned.
What? But you only just started working there a while ago. Did something happen?
No, nothing special. I just didn't feel like continuing that job. I don't understand why they made me do all those boring tasks when they could have put my talent to better use and give me a bigger project or something.
What? But you only just started. Of course they can't give you any important jobs until you know what you're doing, and you've gotten used to your environment.
Well, I don't like it. Why do I have to do all their stupid chores? I'm better than that. They should give me jobs that are worth doing.
You can think what you like, Chizuru, but didn't Mom and Dad get upset with you when they heard that you resigned?
I haven't told them yet, but they won't get angry with me. They love me more than they love you, so they'll forgive me whatever I do. Daddy's still working, so he'll take care of me if I tell him I don't have a salary anymore. Even if they don't, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna become a housewife. I won't have to work anyway.
You're getting married? Wow, congratulations.
I thought you'd be a lot happier for me.
I would, but you being here instead of with your fiancé makes me wonder if you're really happy to be marrying him.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here.
What?
Because Nalia's my fiancé.
That's not funny, Chizuru. Stop being silly and be serious for once, will you?
I am being serious. I really am gonna marry Nalia.
You gotta be kidding me, right? Do you really think you can do that?
I'm serious about Nalia, Misuzu. Dead serious. Even Nalia says that he prefers me over you. He'd rather be with me than be with you. I guess it must be because I'm younger and greater than you are. I've been coming to visit because we've been sleeping together every single day. Didn't you notice that he's been cheating on you?
It's not that I didn't notice. I just didn't want to think that it was actually happening. But I knew that you were trying to seduce Nalia ever since you first met him. I should have accepted that he would fall right into your trap. And now I know. I can't help but be shocked that he actually did cheat on me.
You always said that whenever I stole your boyfriends when we were in school, too. I think you could beat the world record for the number of times a woman has been cheated on. You don't have very good taste in men, do you?
I was cheated on because you seduced him. Don't tell me it's all my fault for choosing the wrong guys.
What? Did I piss you off? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being too cute and a better girlfriend than you were. They all told me that they preferred me over you, so I couldn't help it.
I don't care about what happened in the past anymore. But this time, you've broken up a marriage. It's only natural that I demand compensation. Are you okay with that?
Whatever. Demand what you like. It's not like you can demand higher than $50,000. I can afford that much.
You sound pretty calm. You said you resigned from your job, so how do you intend to pay off that much money? Or are you too stupid to understand how serious the situation is?
Don't call me stupid. I'm way cleverer than you are, and I'm a smarter employee than you are too. I only resigned because the job didn't meet my standards. I can get a better paying job anytime I want.
You say you're smarter than me, but you don't have any knowledge or wit. You never even gotten better grades than I have in any of her classes.
Whatever. Anyway, Naya's gonna pay the compensation for me, so it's all okay. I don't have to pay anything.
Huh? Nalia?
Yeah, he's the future CEO, and his annual salary tops $150K. He won't have any problem paying you the compensation you want. Then he'll be free to marry me. He and his salary are gonna be all mine, and the inheritance he gets when his daddy dies will be mine too.
Sure.
What? I get that you're sad, but do you mind not sighing in front of me? I want you to celebrate my engagement. But poor you. You're gonna lose your rich husband. Boo-hoo.
I hate to burst your bubble, but Nalia's unemployed. I'm the one that's going to receive the inheritance, and he's a criminal. Do you really want him now you know that?
What?
Do you know what my profession is?
Of course I don't know. Why should I? You're just a regular desk worker or something.
I'm the CEO's personal assistant.
You're what? You're a PA?
I'm a personal assistant to my father-in-law, the current CEO of the company. That's why my father-in-law asked me to marry his son. He recognized my abilities and has high hopes for my potential. He wanted me to support the future CEO, Nalia, from the shadows because he believes that that's the only way that his company will survive.
What? The CEO recognized your abilities and asked you to marry Nalia? You're joking. You're exaggerating. There's no way that's true. Why would he ask you to support Nalia? Nalia doesn't need you. He's already a brilliant candidate to become CEO without you. Why would he need you?
Nalia, a brilliant candidate for the position of CEO? As if. Who told you that? It's so ridiculous that it's not even funny.
That's what Nalia told me. He told me that everyone says that he's a brilliant candidate and that they can't wait for him to become CEO. He told me that's why he doesn't have to go to the office as much as other people, because he can work from home. So he doesn't have as much stress because he's so good at what he does. He told me that you have to stay at the office for an entire day because you're bad at your job.
And you really believe that? In the first place, our company doesn't accept remote work. Even if he was working from home, have you ever actually seen him do anything? You're always here, aren't you?
Oh.
And if he really was as brilliant as he said he is, then we need him at the office helping out. We're already busy enough as it is. If we could use him, we'd be putting him to work wherever we could. At least that would lighten the workload for the rest of us. Everyone's at the office working day and night to get stuff done. We're lucky that a lot of people are willing to work overtime, but we're even more fortunate that we don't have any slackers. Everyone is doing what they can to get the work done. Nalia is not a brilliant worker. He's the complete opposite of what he said he is.
What? That's impossible. He told me. And he's going to be the next CEO, isn't he? He can't become CEO if he's not brilliant. He can't brag about being brilliant if he's not.
Nalia only got the job at the company because of his connection to the CEO, but he couldn't do anything. You quit because you didn't like the tasks you were being given, but Nalia had to leave because he wasn't suited to working in the office. He worked there for 5 whole years and he didn't manage to learn anything during that time. Everyone expected that he would be the next CEO because of his dad's position, But considering how incapable he was of doing anything, it became clear that it was a completely unrealistic dream. That's why my father-in-law asked me to marry him and support him from the shadows. He believed that it'd be okay if I stayed by Nalya's side as wife and personal assistant, and practically begged me to marry Nalya. He even cried when I accepted his offer. That's how useless Nalya was at the office. You understand now?
What? It can't be. Then why is Nalya unemployed? Isn't he going to become the next CEO?
Well, that's because Nalya, unsurprisingly, hasn't grown as a businessman since I married him. The CEO's been panicking that his company will go under, and he recently decided that he wanted to skip his son and hand the power in the company over to me. Of course, that's not going to happen right away, only when the CEO passes away or decides to resign. It's an official decision that's been set in stone in the form of a contract, and has been mentioned distinctly in his will, too.
Why? Why are you going to become CEO? That doesn't make any sense. How come you get to become CEO?
It's not like I wanted to become the CEO either. It's troublesome enough being PA, and I'll have to devote more of my life to the company. But I can't just leave the company to Nalya when I know that the burden's too big for him. I had no other choice but to accept the CEO's offer.
So that's why Nalya ended up without a job. That's so unfair.
No, I still haven't gotten around to explaining that. We wouldn't fire him just because I gained the right to become CEO.
Then why did he lose his job?
Nalya lost his temper when the CEO told him that he would be making me his new heir. Even though he couldn't do anything, he was proud and couldn't bear being trumped by me, I guess. He was always being bothered by his inability to do any of the work he was given, and he really did do his best, so I really did pity him. But the problem was that he grabbed a golf club from the CEO's golf bag and started waving it around. He did it with the intention of hurting us, and we would have been seriously injured if he didn't have such a weak constitution. It didn't take long for us to take him down, and we avoided the worst-case scenario of him hitting one of us in the head with a thick wedge. We were really lucky no one was hurt.
So that's what you meant when you said he's a criminal?
Well, I was just exaggerating for the sake of the story, but it doesn't change the fact that he attempted bodily harm. Nobody else was in the office except for us at the time, and there weren't any witnesses, so we were able to keep it under wraps and avoid dealing with the police. Nalya got away with a severe lecture from the CEO, and he accepted that he would have to lose his job. That's why he's unemployed. Do you understand?
Then why do you have to stay with him? Why didn't you get divorced after what happened? I don't understand why you would want to live with someone like that. What are you going to do if he hurts you?
I'm grateful for your concern, but even though he was terrible at work in the office, that didn't make him a bad husband. He does all the housework while I'm at the office, and he's a great cook. My in-laws told me that they wouldn't blame me if I wanted to get a divorce. But now he regrets what he did, and he's accepted that this is the best lifestyle for the both of us. He won't hurt me. The biggest reason why I want to stay with him is because it's a lot of pressure off of my shoulders if I don't have to do any of the housework. It's like having a housekeeper that doesn't cost any money to keep, and I thought it'd be best if I had some sort of relation to the family who owns the company, to avoid complaints from people who think that the company should stay in the family.
But that doesn't make any sense. That means that he's just a poor, unemployed loser. I don't want him anymore. You can keep him. I don't want to marry a guy like that. I'm going home.
Wait a minute. You're not getting away that easily.
What? What do you want? I don't have any business here anymore. Let go of me. I'm going home.
Of course I'm not letting you go. I told you that I'm going to demand compensation for the affair you've been having with Nalya.
Why do I have to pay you anything? If Nalya doesn't have any money, then no one can pay your compensation, so you should just give up.
You're the one that said that I could demand as much as I liked, remember? That's the price you have to pay for breaking up someone's marriage. You knew that you would have to pay, and you still did it.
You're an idiot if you took that seriously. Besides, Nalya and I didn't do anything. We've just been talking, that's all. So let me go. Ow! Ow, Mizuzu, you're hurting me! Let go! You're gripping my arm too tight! Ow!
Do you really think I believe that? I'm not naive. I know that you and Nalya have been doing a lot more than just talk, idiot.
I promise we haven't done anything. We haven't even kissed. I don't want to have to pay anything. I don't have any money saved. How am I supposed to afford paying you compensation? So let go of me, you goddamn gorilla!
Who the hell are you calling a gorilla?
Who else do you think? Of course I'm talking about you. That's probably why you keep on getting dumped by all your boyfriends.
The reason why my boyfriends kept on leaving me was because you were seducing them. It's all your fault. What is it with you and wanting all the stuff I have? I heard that you even stole your classmates' boyfriends when you were in school too. What's wrong with you? Get your own boyfriend.
So what if I did? I was just giving them what they wanted. They all preferred me over the other girls. What's the problem? It's your own fault if you get cheated on. It means that you weren't good enough as a girlfriend.
Oh, they said that they preferred you? Then I wonder why they would break up with you after just a few days of being with you.
Well,
Let me tell you, it's because all you have are your looks. You may be pretty, but inside you're completely empty. You're toxic. Isn't that why you don't have any real friends either? You have superficial friends that pretend that they're your friends, but they talk about you behind your back. Do you know what they've been saying about you since high school? They laugh that you're just a cringy, ugly bitch that thinks that she's cute. They're going around saying that the only reason you're popular with the guys because you just happen to be the biggest fish in a small pond. And they're right. It's embarrassing just watching you act the way you do.
You're horrible. Why did they be so mean?
There's no point pretending to cry either. Mom and Dad aren't here to side with you, and I'm not going to stop talking just because you're crying.
I'm not pretending to cry. I really am crying. I've never been spoken into like this, so of course I cry.
Nobody's ever said any of this to you because they've been enduring your attitude and biting back the words. The only people that actually think that you're cute and love you unconditionally are our parents.
I'm home. Whoa, what's happening? What are you doing in the corridor? Chizuru, are you crying? What's the matter?
We were just talking about the affair you've been having with my sister.
What? An affair? What are you talking about?
Forget playing dumb, Naoya. I've already heard everything from Chizuru. She was practically bragging about it. You've got a lot of nerve cheating on me when I've been working hard all day to bring money into this house.
Wait a second, it's not an affair. Come on, Misuzu. What I have with Chizuru isn't serious.
What? You liar! You said that you wanted to marry me. You said you love me. You were just playing with me?
What idiot would be serious about a relationship with you? You're such a fling. I'm married to Misuzu. I can't live without her. If Misuzu leaves me, then I won't be able to continue living comfortably like this. It's your own fault for getting stupid ideas that I actually want to marry you.
What? Said the man that was calling Misuzu an idiot and said that she was useless. You even lied that all your colleagues said that you're gonna be an amazing CEO. You idiot. This would have never happened if you're actually half the man you said you were. You're the one that's useless.
Oh, you don't have any right to call me useless. I'm not. I just need the right environment to grow. I'm only unemployed because I wasn't suited to that kind of work.
You're both in the wrong for deceiving and for being deceived. And either way, it's true that you're no good in the office. If you knew that it wasn't the right job for you, then why didn't you go and find a job elsewhere? You didn't have to cling to your parents' company. There are plenty of other careers you could have followed, like being a chef or something. Your parents would have respected your decision if you told them that you didn't want to take over their company. And they would have found someone else to become CEO in your place.
Well, yeah, they would have, but...
I bet you got some big-headed idea about being on the fast track to becoming CEO. That's why you snapped became so violent that day. Anyway, let's get the conversation back to the main topic. You said that was just a fling, didn't you? That means that you really are having an affair.
Wait, no, I didn't. Well, I did use that word, but I didn't mean it like that.
I want a divorce now, yeah. I'm gonna tell your parents about this too. You look like the perfect couple since you're both narcissistic idiots.
Misuzu, wait! Please, you can't leave me. I need you. I can't live without you. I want us to stay together, please.
It's not me you can't live without, it's money, isn't it? Well, I don't care. You don't even have the ability to make your own money, so why didn't you think about that before you cheated on me? Neither of you are gonna be able to afford to pay compensation, are you?
What? Don't live in with me. I can find a job and work. I'll find a job that earns more than you do. I'm not useless like idiot number one over here.
Really? Then be quick about it. I want the compensation paid as soon as possible. I don't want to have to drag this issue out forever. You too, Nalia. And don't blub about wanting to stay with me. I'm getting this divorce no matter what.
No, I don't wanna. Please stay with me.
If you don't sign the divorce papers, I'm gonna report you to the police for waving that golf club around in the office. I have the CCTV footage ready to be taken to the station if you're okay with that.
No,
Good, now get out. You're not welcome back here ever again. From now on, we'll talk through my lawyer. He'll send you the details for how much I want in compensation. Chizuru and Nalia bawled as they left my apartment, and I finally had some peace. If they're gonna cry that much, then they should have never cheated in the first place. To be honest, I feel a little sorry for Chizuru because she was tricked into thinking that Nalia was in love with her, that he was gonna be CEO, but it was her own fault for trying to steal someone else's husband. Just because she was tricked doesn't make what she did okay. After that, when I told her parents about how Chizuru had been sleeping with Nalia, even they both lost their patience with her and kicked her out of the house, telling her that she had to take responsibility for what she did on her own. It was a price she had to pay after she had spent her entire life being so selfish and relying on other people to clean up after her. Her having an affair with my husband was the final straw. My parents finally came to their senses because of it. Chizuru is currently living in a small, cramped apartment and is working to pay off her compensation to me by working nights in a club as a hostess.
Ugh, why do I have to sit and chat with old men all night? I'm sick of them.
Yeah, that's what a hostess does. Go on, get back to table 3, and the customers are waiting for their drinks.
I don't wanna. Boo-hoo.
Well, she is a little cute, so I imagine she's earning a lot more than she did before. I spoke to Nalia's parents about what he had done too, and I managed to file for divorce not long after that day. Nalia was disowned by his parents, and just like Chizuru, he had to go and live in a tiny rundown apartment.
I don't want to live like this. I want to get back together with Misuzu. Why did this happen to me? I never should have cheated on her. Why is this happening to me?
My in-laws apologized to me as well, and aside from the compensation they forced Nalia to pay, they offered to give me payment from their own account and introduced me to another prospective husband. But I decided to decline both. I told them that I just wanted to focus on my career for a while and that I wouldn't have the time to be dating because of how busy I was at work, and they had no obligation to pay me or do anything for me because it wasn't their fault. Okay, well, the only reason why I married that idiot in the first place was because they begged me to, but that doesn't matter anymore. I still had my job and I was given the right to take over the company in the future. So I thought it best to just flush the past away and focus on the here and now. By the way, it looks like Nalia tried to find another job after all of that, but he was fired when his employers realized that he couldn't learn anything and kept on making fatal mistakes. When he couldn't find a job anywhere, he got hooked on gambling and became an alcohol addict. He began leading a self-destructive lifestyle, and after being caught for repeated theft offenses, he ended up being put in prison with a lengthy sentence. It just goes to show that whether he was married to me or not, he was probably destined to end up behind bars. It's not smart to just surrender yourself to despair or any emotions for that matter, and to let the impulsive actions you commit to the deciding factors in your life. Anyway, now that I bid my farewells to the two people that were dragging me down, I'm planning on living my life to the fullest and enjoying it the way I want to.